Tavares. Wilco makes a run ahead of him. Bergkamp suddenly changed pace through the centre. It's Bergkamp! That's magnificent! The move, and then this, which left Dabby's ass totally stranded.
Hello. Oh, there you are. And welcome to ABW Preview. The whole point of that 35-second thing was so I could go and get the Twitter link. What did I do, Mike? I decided to have a mouthful of coffee and went, oh dear, I'm not meant to be doing that.
And sweets. Well, and the 35, I mean, we only have 18 players, so I don't know, the 35 countdown this is the wrong time to be doing that.
I've added the tax to it, 100%, like the fuel in the UK has gone up. So although it only should be 18, it's now 36 because I'm a scumbag, just like this wonderful government. I don't need to have 6:30 in that, do I? So I should just get rid of that. With me tonight is a very esteemed gentleman. It's Mr. Feinberger. How you doing, Treacle?
I am doing lovely today. This is a weird thing to have a game day when you haven't had one in 18 days, and it's not the summer, and it's not because of COVID. It's because we suck in cups and because of some sort of weird break thing that they've incorporated after playing 21 games in 5 days in December. So, do you know, Danny, I cannot think of another break in season other than the COVID break that's lasted 18 days, and that includes after Hillsborough.
It's ridiculous. And I was looking at our fixtures coming up for the rest of the season, and one game we got on a Thursday and then the next on a Saturday, which maybe will change to a Sunday. But I wouldn't put it past them that we can have a game for 18 days and then they'd make us play 2 games in 3 days because they're ridiculous.
I heard they were going to make us play the Emirates Cup in the middle of March. Just out of nowhere, they were going to reschedule the Emirates Cup, and we weren't going to be able to,
Well, I've heard this year it's going to be Barnet, Boreham Wood, and Leighton Orient, so we've got a chance of winning our own trophy.
I don't think so. Boreham Wood's clearly much better than us. They got in 2 rounds further than us in the Cup.
You had to ruin that, didn't you? Right then, people, let's have a little hello to everybody. We've got something special for you at the end of the show, so stay tuned. No one tunes anymore. Stay button pressed. In fact, I don't even have Sky anymore. Cancelled it. I don't need it.
Just cut your arms off so you can't change the web page.
That's it.
Cut those off.
Folly Ox. Arsenal is a football club. Huh? I forgot. I thought it was just a tube station. It's been that long. Folly Ox. And Paul Nell, not Neil. The artist formerly known as Paul Neil, and they changed it just to try and confuse us. Says oi oi. Dan Goonison 76 says Koig to yourself. Rudy is there. Good evening, all. Bulgarian Gooner. Oi, oi. My favourite 2 podcasters. It's only because we know where the cake is hidden.
I can't wait to go to Bulgaria one day. I'm just going to stand in the middle of Sofia, and I know he doesn't live in Sofia, but I'm just going to stand there and just go, Drago! And just wait.
He'll go, right, you little bitch. This is how you drink. And he'll hand you a bottle of vodka in one, boy. Yes, I'm sure they're very hardened drinkers over there. Not that he is. We don't know. Don't want to assume that he is because I don't know. You're there. Thunder Road is here, who has been very, very cheeky. People aren't going to be watching this, but remember when we had Graham Brooks on? He kept asking about Graham's hair.
Really?
How rude. I had to keep deleting his comments because...
Well... Thunder Road also said something to me in your last show on Deadline Day, which he may not think that I saw, but I did see it. And you know what? It was taken under advisement. It was part of the straw that broke the camel's back. So I am 10 days without alcohol, without fatty foods. I'm on the wagon, and I need your help. Stop! Don't shame me. But I'm trying to get my shit together because as much as I make fun of myself being fat, I do need to live to see my daughter's wedding. Thank you, Thunder.
Yes. So ABW would never fat shame Mike.
Well, I mean, that's pot kettle. Oh my God. Yeah. Thank you, Mark, for taking that picture. I was telling Danny before the show when I saw that picture, I would think I'm kind of arching my back and stretching, but I do kind of keep my remote controls, beverages,
pies, cake,
laptop, cakes, roast duck on that bump. Don't knock it till you try it. It saves you money from having to buy furniture and other things. So.
Indeed. You've made my mum giggle. My mum's in the corner. She's been told to shut up, woman.
I make your mum giggle all the time. But
at some point during the show, I might get a slap because my mum is she's a woman of the 40s and she believes in violence all the time.
The only missing link of my trip up to God Manchester was and Huntington was was not getting to meet your mom. I'm a big fan of people's moms, as most people know.
Yeah, she probably would have touched you inappropriately. She probably would have taken you to the.
That's the reason I came up, and then you told me she wasn't there.
It was her birthday last week. She was the grand old age of 88 years old.
Oh, it's
not. 78. Surprised she's still with us, actually. Right, Mark says, madness. Imagine if we were still in the European domestic cups still. Mr. Mercury, that's a name I haven't seen before, says hello. BX says evening, everybody, afternoon, everyone. Hello, Riddy says hello to us. Mark says, did they save any curry? No, they just sent me a picture of it. Russ is there. And who else have we missed? Looks like a grocery cart.
Mark is here. Mark Backwardin is in the house.
Yeah, he says Hunting Don doesn't have a nice beach, Mike. It doesn't have any beach, and it just has as far as you can see, it's crack whores and crack needles. I don't even use creedles for crack. Creedles for crack. Anyway,
and people driving around the shopping areas in their moving. What are they called over there?
Trolleys.
In their trolleys, bumping into each other and having spiteful conversations with each other.
It's not right. Oh, my one. No, that's just an electric chair. That's not a trolley. I thought you meant the thing to put your shopping in.
No, weren't you guys playing bumper cars with some guy that you met that you don't like at all, or something?
Oh, that fat twat! No, he's a moron. Try to avoid him.
You should see it though. We're going to like the English version of a Target, basically, or Poundland or something like that. We were at, and everyone's walking around. Oh, Dan, he was like the norm of Cheers. If you watch Cheers of the town center. Danny, everyone knows him. Everyone went to school with him. 3
people. It was only 3 people. Don't overplay my part. I'm not that important.
No, none of those 3 people had any idea who I was, and I'm Magic Mike.
One of them, Tony. You remember Tony, Mum? I went to school with. We met him in
It's a great pre-game show, by the way.
No, I met her in that one, whatever that shop is. And yes, so there we go. Right, should we get on with the show?
That's when you were concealing the crunchy bars in your pants.
It's not a hairpiece. So it sounds different when I do this and I do that. And Nick was moaning at me last night for having it the wrong way around. Look, we need to get on with this. We've been 8 minutes into it already, and they've done absolutely bugger all. So, what channels is it on? I can hear absolutely nobody asking. So I'm going to go here and have a look at the Arsenal TV schedule. So that's the only window I didn't have up. And loading.
On Peacock.
Loading. Oh my God, it's taking forever. The game tonight, what channel is it going to be on? BT Sport 2 if you are in the UK and Ireland. I think Ireland has the same BT Sports as we do. If you're in Australia, it's Optus Sport. If you're in Aruba, it's on Rush. If you are in Egypt, it's beIN Sports Connect. El Salvador, Sky HD. Guinea-Bissau, DSTV Now and Canal Plus. Liberia, DST Now. If you're in Macau, IQIYI. My God, that's a name of a station. And the final one we're going to do is Switzerland for Granit Xhaka, because in case he gets sent off, he can go home and put it on. It's RMC Sport 2.
How are your numbers in Madagascar? Do you get a lot of views from there?
In Madagascar, it is on channel Supersport Variety 2. Really? If you are in Madagascar, so if you are, give us a wave. I'm getting rid of this window so I can't answer any more questions. Injury news, Takehiro, Tomiyasu, calf, shin, heel injury. I think that just means possibly anywhere. A quote from the 9th of February, he had a reoccurring calf injury, so we had to be very careful with him. He's been training hard. Let's see if he's available for Thursday. Late fitness test, 75% chance. People keep an eye out. If the team sheets have been released, do let me know. And the other one is Mohamed El Neni, runner-up in the African Cup of Nations. Has actually had a really good tournament. So, yes, Mike. Let's do what's the next bit? Games we've played against them before. Our record against Wolves is shocking. We have won 1 in the last 6 games we've played against them.
And if I remember it correctly, that was a game we did not deserve to win either. I think that was the game where the goalkeeper kicked it off of Abba's shin and it went in, and that was like the only goal that was scored in that game. It's like
I should have a look. Oh, the last one was the 2nd of February 2021. That only seems like a year ago. We beat them. Wolves won 2-1. Craig Pawson was the referee. Nicolas Pepe scored for us first. Ruben Neves got a 45th minute penalty, and João Martinho scored in the 49th minute.
Yeah, that was the David Luiz red card and Bernd Leno red card game, I believe.
Oh God, I haven't even got the thing. That'd have been a perfect opportunity to bring that up.
Of showing the 1 inch of space in between Luiz's knee and the guy's.
Was it that game? Yes. So that was the last one. It says comments. Arsenal league position 10th. Arsenal failed in their attempt to win 4 consecutive away games in the Premier League for the first time since 2016. That's unimportant. The game that we played before that, again in the Premier League at Wolves, and we beat them 2-0. First goal by Saka on 43, Lacazette on 86, and out of the starting 11, Martinez, Mustafi, Luiz, Kolasinac, Ceballos and Aubameyang have all gone, so that's 5 for that team. And that's back in the days we could have 5 subs, Mike. Would you bring back 5 subs?
Absolutely. Although I don't know that we'd be able to use them, use them all. But yeah, I think 5 subs. Look, I started watching football on the day where you had 2 subs, and not just 2 subs, but 2 people available to be subs.
And one of those was a goalkeeper.
No. 12 and 14. 12 and 14.
Oh, no, you're right, yeah.
12 and 14 were not normally goalkeepers, but I suppose you could have an emergency goalkeeper, but someone can correct me on that. But
no, you're right. It was only 2 subs. Before that, it was 1.
Yeah, in the modern game, with the amount of games there are, with the amount of travel that there is for teams, I would be in favor of 5 subs, and they're doing it in other leagues in Europe, aren't they?
I know in Italy you can name as many people as you want on the bench in Serie A, which is absolutely crazy but wonderful. But it wouldn't make any difference if you could have 5 subs or name every player on the bench, because that's roughly about the same number for us.
Yeah, at this point, it's we have 18 outfield players right now, so it's pretty easy. Failing injury to figure out who's going to be in the game day squad at this point. And if Tomiyasu isn't fit to play, then we'll see at least one U23 person in there. And the team news is out.
Oh,
so let's see. You want me to just say it, or do you want?
I don't say. You can. I'll just go and find it, and then I'll let you announce the lineups. I've got to find someone who's tweeted it. Where did you find it?
On Arsenal's Twitter account. Always a good place to go.
I've got them blocked.
Jeez. I would think it would be the other way around, but
only because I'm fed up of all people abusing them, and so I have them blocked. So much blocked that I can't even find them. I have to go on the podcast account and find it.
I would say there are no real surprises, given that Tommy isn't available. Cedric is playing in his place. Other than that, it's pretty much the 11 that we saw before this long break, with ESR still on the bench. So they're not going with Martinelli in the middle; they're going with Lacazette.
Well, I'm having absolutely no luck trying to find their lineup. You think it would be all over the place, wouldn't you? But no, the wonders of Twitter bringing me up stuff from 4 hours ago. There you go. Click on latest. The whole point of doing this show now is so that we can easily find the lineup things.
Well, perhaps you should unblock Arsenal on game.
No, I'm not resorting to dirty tactics like that. Oh, here we go. Oh, fuck, we're wearing blue. That means I'm going to have to go and change the bloody thing. I had our kit down as red.
By the way, this shirt won us a number of games in a row back in December. I noticed around New Year's, and this may be disgusting to some of you, but when I wear a shirt and we win the game, I put it right back in the drawer. I don't wash it because I don't want to wash that win off. You know, I mean, that makes a ton of sense. It's completely, for a 49-year-old man, it's completely normal to believe that. And you know, and one day I left it out and my wife washed it, and that day was the day before the Nottingham Forest game. I'm not going to say that that's why we didn't win a game in January, but I'm not going to not say that. I'm not going to not say that either. And because I am, you know, my wife is beautiful and I am this, I've decided that she's just gone. That's inexcusable. I'll start from scratch.
Fair enough. Right, got the lineup here at last. The whole point of this show is that we get the lineup live, and I've kind of ruined it because I couldn't find it. Yeah, okay. Right. Like Mike was saying, Ramsdale in goal for people at home, on the toilet and in the bath, and possibly at the dentist. Hello, if you are.
How can you be at home at the dentist?
You could, if you're a dentist, then you could be doing work on yourself at home.
But then you wouldn't be at yourself. You would be being yourself.
Well, the way the youth speak today, they probably are. But they go, "Where are you at?" No, where are you? Not where you at. Is. Oh, Lorny Max, as my mother would say. Oh, and she's here. Was that something you'd say, dear? Give a loud Lorny Max for the listeners.
Lorny Max.
There you go. No one understood a bloody word she said. Cedric at right back, White and Gabriel at centre backs, Tierney at left back, Partey and Xhaka in the middle. Erdegaard, like Mike was saying, playing in the 10. Saka on the right, Martinelli on the left, and Lacazette up front. Now, the interesting bit is who we got as subs. Okonwo, who had a nightmare in the first two league games of the season, our under-23 goalkeeper. The man is an absolute giant, 6'6", I think.
So Leno's, I mean, we know Leno's gone in the summer, but I mean, is he ever going to be on the bench again? I mean, that's.
I don't know why he's not on the bench. They've got someone called AWE. I have absolutely no idea what AWE is. Is that Ashley Maitland-Niles? We've got Big Bob Holding.
You made me laugh, actually. Like, I was a real laugh.
Oh, good. I'm actually going to go and have a little look at our under-23 squad because that is the initial someone with a very long name. And I think I should do it and let you know who it is. What was the initials? I've forgotten already.
It's just AWE.
AWE.
Well, no, I had heard of a guy because I was actually doing a deep dive on the squads of the top 10 teams because for a tweet I put out this morning that didn't get a very good reaction, but we've got somebody that we signed from Tottenham's youth team a couple seasons ago that's a defender that is on the verge of the first team. So.
Oh, yeah. I'm still looking through all of our youth players, and I cannot find someone with the initials AWE. You know what's going to happen, Mike? I'm looking for this, and someone's going to put it in the chat, and I'll go, they put it in there 5 minutes ago, and I just wasn't looking. We've got a KQT. I like that. We've got an
I know what AEW is, like like Russ says, but I don't know what AEW is.
I've got someone who's nearly got my surname. J. Lanin ' Sweet.
Okay, Zachariah Olamide Awa, all I guess. Sorry, I don't mean to butcher that, but 18 years old. 18 years old. He's an under 18, under 21. Never heard of him before.
Oh. AW is his surname. I found him. Yeah. He is Zachary. Oh, yeah. So it's just his surname. I've never known. Played a lot of games this season. For the under-18s, he's played 6 games. He is a defender. And for the under-23s, he's played 4 games and scored 1 goal against Chelsea.
If you score against Chelsea, you're ready for the first team.
It's the 4th of February.
I heard Leo Messo scored against Chelsea in the U9s, and he's going to be on the bench for the next game.
Oh. Well, there you go, people. Let's go and have a look and see if anybody in the chat did put it about an hour ago. Let's see. Biddly bong. No, they haven't. You are all fired. Wow, there's loads of you chatting in there, and I've fine. Oh, here we go. BX Gunner was the first one to get it with Aaron 1 Ericsson, and then no, Matt Roberts got it right. AWE. You weren't at an AWE, were you? You went, but that's where you held your signs up.
That would be AEW, but yes,
same thing. The other subs we got is Tavares, El Neni, who they said was out, which he isn't. Lokonga, Smith Rowe, Pepe, and Nketiah. The Smith Rowe situation. Just let me get rid of this. How much longer can Smith Rowe put up with only coming on as a sub every now and then for somebody else, as subs do, rather than coming on?
I don't think he'll have to put up with it much longer. For some reason, I love Emile Smith Rowe. He might be my favorite player other than Ramsdale in the squad this season, just because of how he's really kind of. He's
a boy. He's a lad. He's a geezer.
He's a geezer with, and he's finally got the end product. I mean, Saka and it must. I went back and looked at some comments in WhatsApp from like October, just complaining about Emile Smith Rowe and Saka's final product, and then like instantly they both stepped it up in that regard, and they're our leading goal contributors. So I love him, but I also love the fact that he can't get into the 11 because the guys that are playing in those positions are just flat out playing their asses off. He's come into games and changed them. I don't want a guy with that much talent just playing 20 out of every 90 minutes or 30 out of every 90 minutes, but I don't see that as being a long-term thing. If Pepe can't get in and yes, I almost called him AEW now, can't get into the 11, it's inevitable there's going to be a situation where he gets in. It has to be, I hope it's not an injury, but there'll be a shift in some sort, and he'll come in and ultimately next season when Lacazette is gone, for one way or another, the 11 is going to set up so that ESR is a regular starter.
And Pepe, has he got a future at the club, do you think? Because a lot of people, we were talking on our podcast, and the general census of opinion was that he hasn't a future at the club, and we'd be lucky to get 25-30 million from him in the summer. And I said, we ain't getting 25-30 million for him because he's on 140 grand a week, and no Premier League club is going to want him. I mean, he's full of tricks, and I enjoy watching him. If he's going to go anywhere, he looks like he'd be happy back in France. And they have a player like that in France, because a non-PSG player, you're lucky if you're getting 40-50 grand a week if you're one of the best players. What do you think about that, boy?
I'm one of the rare people that doesn't. I couldn't care less about the 72 million anymore. That's gone. It's done. It's over. So I look at
direct debit out of your bank account, £5 a month, like they're taking mine for it.
I probably have enough of these that I paid for, but so the 72 million doesn't matter. I look at him as a player who's earning 140,000 a week and is young enough to have some sell-on value. Whether that sell-on value is a small portion of what we paid for him, again, does not matter anymore.
True.
So, if Mikel Arteta doesn't fancy him, if he's not going to find a way to have him in the 11, then I think we should sell him over the summer. However, if we make Europe and we suddenly have about another 20 some odd games in our schedule, then I don't think I wouldn't sell him after this year. I'd reassess and see how next season he fits in, because again, you could do worse than Pepe if we need to bring him in for a knackered ESR, for a knackered Martinelli, for a knackered Saka, and have that kind of depth. Whether he's happy doing that or not, who knows? But if his contract isn't up, and I don't think it is until 2024, I would basically be in the luxurious situation that Arsenal's rarely in, of saying, if someone makes a great offer for him, we'll consider selling him. If someone doesn't, then we'll keep him.
I agree with you completely. I'm just looking at our Twitch. We have someone on Twitch, Sky Spray. So
I'm on Twitch.
As any results for today, boys? This game is so important, especially since Spurs lost yesterday. Have you subscribed to us, Spriggy, Skiggy, Sky Griggy Spray? We've actually got 6 people currently.
Give that man your money.
Yeah, no, don't. We've got 6 people currently subscribed to the channel. One's me, one's my brother, one is Sai, and another one is someone called Arsenal Rule. And we've actually made $12 this month on Twitch. They'll take an extra 25% of that.
That's fantastic. That's more than we've made in the 6 years that we've been broadcasting. Fantastic.
So if people have got Amazon Prime, then you get one free thing where if you don't use it, it goes nowhere, and you give it to us, and we get $1.25, and that goes straight down my pants. And I've got my dear old mother. She's homeless. She hasn't eaten since the war, and she's got 2 wooden legs, 2 wooden hips, and a wooden ear.
Is that
replaced?
Is that the Great War, the Second World War, Falklands? What are we?
Well, all I'm going to say is she went over to live in Boston in 1966, and she got kicked out of the USA, and then JFK got assassinated. You draw the lines.
That actually is the incorrect order of events, but
doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I've made it up.
quick shout to the chat who's talking about AEW. I did not know who the guy was that came up from Japan, but Keith Lee anywhere it makes me happy. So yeah. Last night was the sickest episode. 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago, I'm there in Washington D.C. watching a show. Really didn't care that much about the show, but I'm just putting up goofy Arsenal signs and sending social media outlets into a tizzy,
frenzy.
Into a tizzy and a frenzy. But then last night's show just made me feel bad about the show I went to, because it's like going to a 0-0 bore fest with no shots on goal, and then the next week the game you could have gone to is 7-4 Arsenal wins with 7 scorpion kick Rabona goals. That's basically how it was.
Drago has asked, is it schedule or schedule?
It's schedule.
It's schedule. What would you know? You took our language and bastardized it. Oh, Nick is there. Does Mike know all the words to Judas?
Yes, but I'm not singing it on here.
I've got to be careful with Nick because of the comment he made.
Favorite wrestler of all time.
Judas is.
No, well, his song, Chris Jericho. He is
Jericho.
He is yeah. I mean, I couldn't care less about the actual wrestling part, but he is maybe the only person that I've ever seen that has more charisma than you, Danny.
And that's not easily done. Liam Greyhurst, hello Liam, I'm sure I'll chat with you on the Twitters, asks, who the hell is AWE? And a couple of people have answered it here. So the first one I find is Ray Anderson in hopefully sunny Jamaica, says, just Googled him, he's an 18-year-old defender. AW is his surname. So a few more comments. Liam has asterixed it out. I don't think I'm going to go and have a look and see if anyone's done any swears, because our YouTube blocks. Oh, here we go. Bulgarian Jaguna. That was strangely erotic, Danny. Why they blocked that Bulgarian? I have absolutely no idea. I should have a list of people where I'll just approve you to say whatever swear words you want, because we don't tell you what to do. Oh, Dev Day. Someone else on Twitch. Have you subscribed? Not subscribed? No, I don't want your money. Have you followed? That's it. Yeah, we don't need money. I was only mentioned it because it doesn't go anywhere. Nick Fight. That was very loud of me. Nick Fights has subscribed.
Oh my God, Nick Fights is here!
Thank you. That'll go down well for the people at home and on the bus and listening in the bath. Nick, why are you giving me money? Oh, you're an absolute scumbag. Squiggy, Skygree, you are selling this so good. Maybe I'll throw in my prime next video, mate. Very kind of you. Nick says, feed your mum. Mum, have you been fed? I sent my mum come round and I sent her to the shops to go and get cheese and rolls, and she didn't bring any food. Said, get yourself to the shop, woman. And what did you say?
Knickers.
She said knickers.
We spent 29 out of the 32 minutes talking about things other than the game today.
I know. I was thinking last night maybe we should just do a show every now and then, just me and you, because we could talk wrestling. you will be surprised how much wrestling I actually know. I watched the Royal Rumble, and the women's was much better than the men's.
They were both pathetically booked, but yeah. I mean, I'd love to talk kind of circumstantially about Arsenal, but not really. I mean, that's kind of my brand.
You never knowingly talk Arsenal for too long.
It's theoretically an Arsenal podcast. You should start with that. Close your show with that. This has been a Bergkamp Wonderland, a theoretically Arsenal podcast.
It should be Magic and the GFP Sunday Night Spectacular. We'll just do that on a Sunday night every now and then.
See, that's where I belong.
Matt D'Souza is ruining
daily
everything.
Recap of football games and acting like I have any clue what our XG and heat map was is starting to wear on me a little bit.
It is. People are starting to go, hold on a second. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
I've been watching this guy for 6 years, and I'm starting to think he doesn't know shit about football.
Matt D'Souza says, should we be happy with a draw, seeing that our away form has been so average? And I'll tack on to that, Mike, the fact that they have only conceded 8 goals at home all season, which is the second best defensive record. And I'm holding a cup, so I'm not reading that, although I do have 2 screens.
Should we be happy with the draw? I don't think anyone will be happy with the draw, simply because, once again, 4th place is just dangling there, like just hanging there in front of our mouth. Just kind of drooping. But in the grand scheme of things, with 17 games left, you got to pick out which ones are your flat track and which ones are not. We clearly have 2 games against top 4 opponents that are not going to be easy. We've got the rescheduled games against Liverpool, Chelsea, and Spurs left. So yeah, and I think we even play United. So those are always going to be difficult games. Away games against teams on the rise like Wolves are among those. So there's maybe half the games that you would normally be happy with a draw and a chance to win. In this situation, though, it depends on how the game goes. That's a cop-out. But, if we're fighting hard and Wolves are playing great and we are able to keep them to a draw, I won't be shouting and throwing my toys out of the pram. But in general, I really think this needs to be a win. We've had 18 days to wait. We've got all but one of our first choice players available. And, we need to knock these guys down, because if they beat us, they're past us. If we draw, they're right on our heels again. And so, yeah, we need 3, but I might be happy with 1. It just kind of depends on how it goes.
Well, their recent form, they beat Brentford 2-1 at Brentford, and then they beat Southampton 3-1 at home, and then they beat Man United 1-0 at Man United, and they drew 0-0 with Chelsea, and then they beat Brighton 1-0 at their place. So they are in really decent form. But if we win this game, we'll go from 36 to 39 points. Our goal difference will go up by at least 1 if we win it, so then we'll be above Man United on goal difference, only a point behind West Ham, but we'll have 2 games in hand on West Ham, Chelsea, and Man City, but on the same games as Liverpool. So it's going to be an exciting game, though, isn't it, Mike? Because Wolves are a team that do like to play football.
That's true. I mean, they're not a Burnley, and they're not going to come out and set up to just hit us on the counter. I like teams that play us open, because if we're up for it, those are the games that we can kind of take over and show our strength in attack.
Gary's there. Oh, Gary.
Yeah. Hey, Gary. So, yeah, I mean, you don't get the sense that they're just going to frustrate us. They're not really the type of team, and I'll probably regret saying this, that just go out and try to kick us into submission. So that part might be nice if, they've got all those Portuguese flair players that don't go around kicking you. But then, of course, we'll probably see our guys get kicked with no repercussions whatsoever for the Wolves players. And then the moment we'll get a red card for one of our guys hitting their own heads against the ground while they're being pushed over.
I agree with that. Matt D'Souza mentions, if Stan wins the Super Bowl on Sunday, that's the American FA Cup final, will he turn all his attention on making Arsenal champions? One word or one gesture, Mike? Or can you do it in the form of tears?
Irrelevant. No.
Are you going to be watching it?
Yeah, of course I'll be watching it.
Who are they playing?
The Cincinnati Bengals, who have it's their third Super Bowl appearance. The first two were both against San Francisco. This one was almost against San Francisco. They're actually playing, as you know, in Kroenke's brand new stadium, which
we've paid for.
No, we haven't. It's only the second time that the team making the Super Bowls played in their home Super Bowl in 56 years. The first time, Danny, was last year.
Miami.
No, it was last year.
Oh,
you just love the Dolphins. I have no idea why.
Last year it was Tampa Bay that won it, wasn't it?
Yep, and it was in Tampa.
Thanks for that. I could have figured that bit out on my own.
But I love watching all these players, all the social media people. Are you putting on a CPAP mask right now? Oh, okay. All these people on Twitter before the last game talking about how, if the Rams make the Super Bowl and win it, we'll have more money to sign players. It doesn't work that way. Everything's baked in already. The players the Rams players might get a bonus, which is a small portion of their wages, but yeah, it doesn't make Kroenke richer to win the Super Bowl. It makes him richer to host the Super Bowl, and that was already baked in.
Right, people, let's have I just realised I got a Bergkamp Wonderland up as my thingy, Bob. Never mind. Put your predictions in the chat, you beautiful bastards, and I shall read them out. We have had a Twitch follow from Bubba Biggs or BLGZ. I'm not sure if that's an I or an L. I think it's an L. Bubba. That's actually what I call Sean. I call Bubba. That's what we call her. We've got a name here that I don't recognise. Neil D'Souza. Wolves 1-0 bet, £10 on Xhaka red.
Is that Matt? Is that Matt's brother?
Actually, where is Matt? I'm going to get one up after the other. Let's see if they look alike. There's Matt D'Souza. Yeah, why do you two spell your name?
The other guy didn't remotely look like a big capital M.
No, I mean, maybe if he looked like a capital N, or that's quite close, or a P or an O. I can't remember which order the alphabet goes in. It's been a while. Spellings for losers.
I look like a lowercase D in that picture that Mark posted of me earlier.
We're not fat shaming you again. Giuseppe says hello, Danny, and I'm sure he's going to come up with hello, Mike, as well.
He's got 30 seconds to do it, by the way.
Stefan White has gone 2-0 the Arsenal. Well done, Stefan. We have another Stefan in here. Where is he? Stefan Selby. Where are you, boy? Here we go. Gary is saying 0-0. Mark is going 0-0. Matt Roberts is going Portugal 2-0. 34. Xhaka to get sent off in the for a yellow. In the yellow? I'm not sure. I'm sure he typed that quickly. Oh, Giuseppe. Is it Giuseppe or Joseph? It's been a lurker for a while. Nothing wrong with that. Me and Mike spend half our life lurking on Chatterbait, and we get away with it. Julian, there's a surname for you.
He says that with his mum like 10 feet away.
Mum, do you know what Chatterbait is?
No.
Thank you. Julian Geller.
A bait is pretty self-explanatory.
You chat and you bait fishes.
Really?
Yes. Is that Gila or Gela or Gilia? I'm not sure.
Guerrier.
He says 0-0 or Daisu. Mr. Mercury says 1-1. Matt has edited that too in the first half. Dejan has gone a massive 4-0 win. Look at Dejan. Isn't he a good-looking bloke? Look at that hair. Oh, he only has that to taunt the pair of us.
What did you just call him?
I think I might call him Dejan. It's not as Divion, isn't it?
It's Divion.
Dejan is here.
Love Divion. He's a great guy.
Because Giuseppe has put hello, Mike.
I think that might have been more than 30 seconds, but I'll give it to you.
Funks Maname has said 0-0, and Bo Drago 2-0. Nick has put 5-0 because he's an idiot. Matt D'Souza 2-1 Wolves. Rudy 2-1 for the Mighty Gunners. BX,
I'll tell you why I'm actually not loving this, because Arsenal do the exact opposite of what people think they're going to do. When we think things are absolutely at their worst, Arsenal just kind of shocks you and starts a run. And when you think, okay, we've turned the corner, we come out and pull a game like we pulled, at Burnley or last year's game against Brighton, that was earlier this year. It's so when there was so much positive sentiment in the Arsenal fan base when we went up against United, I think earlier this year, and we blew that game. Everyone was talking in the pregame show, oh, we're going to blast them. This is our year to go away and beat them. So I was actually hoping for a little bit more skepticism, a little bit more worry, a little bit more angst carrying over from the transfer window, so that we could go out and shove it in everyone's faces today. And I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing more confidence. I'm seeing 16-5 from some people.
Okay, Dev Day. You what, there?
What time is it in America now?
It's about 1982. The Dev Day has followed us on Twitch. Thank you very much, Dev Day, because I've got the Twitch open because I love Twitch. I am a Twitch person. There you are.
2:15 p.m. Mum.
Twitch. I must spend.
Thank you.
Stop chatting my mother up. I must spend 10 hours a day watching Twitch, and I've done since 2015. It's stunning. Don't you talk?
Can you ask her the following? Can you say, how you doing?
She can hear you.
How you do? I know, but I want you to say.
What is it?
It says, how you doing?
I'm doing very well.
She says, piss off.
No, I said very well, thank you.
And Sky says 3-2 for the Arsenal. Tulby Fool says 2-0 the Arsenal. Benny Blanco with the first
That's
goal.
a very is that an English or European thing? It certainly doesn't. People don't do the score like that in America. Like, I understand it because the home team goes first, and if the away team wins, it's 0-2 instead of 2-0 or 0. But no one does that here. I mean, it doesn't matter who's playing at home. Broncos against the Dolphins. Whoever wins, the score goes first. So is that English, or is that just the way that the rest? Is it like the metric system?
It's much
the way the rest of the world does it.
It's just much like you Muppets. You put smallest, medium, large. You put the day of the month, then the year. It's like if you did time, the Americans you'd have the minutes, the seconds, and then the hours. Because quite frankly, you've taken something good and you've broken it.
I don't agree. How are you supposed to know when the number is, when you're looking at two dates, one of them is 2410 and the other is 1710? Like, how do you know that those are only a week apart? The 24, you have to look at the second number. I mean, I can't be bothered to look at the second number.
My mum thought about this, so my mum shit me out on the 10th for the 10th, so I'm a winner no matter what country I'm in. Isn't that right, dear?
Yes, dear.
Thank you.
Yeah, we just had a 2-22 as well, so that ain't going to happen for a while.
Dev Day says 1-0 for the Arsenal. Russ Morgan, Wolves 1-0. Russ, you need to go and have a word with yourself.
Oh, we got 68 watching right now. We're one away. Come on, get in here.
Here we go. Julian Geiler says it's pronounced like Tyler. Julian, it will be about 2 years of me constantly getting that wrong. Ask Divyun. It took me that long to get it right. Giuseppe says 2-1 for the Arsenal. Leon Greyhurst says Wolves 16, Arsenal 5. That'd be interesting. March Irving, another name. Hello, if you're new. I used to have my camera over here. Let's do it over there. Nope. That's where it is now. Over there. Oh, I'm not sure. And I moved it.
The fire used to be a little more centered behind you instead of over your shoulder, but it's very nice framing now, though.
It is. It's lovely. Terence Tibbs, is he one of your lot?
He's either one of my lot or he's trying to appeal to me, which he has been successful in doing. And this is the one time I will ever say this. Kudos to Tottenham Hotspur for their statement today. However, there is no way in hell that should have taken a fan survey to decide that the Y word is something they want to move away from. They're not banning it. They're not telling people not to do it. They're just suggesting that they move on. So weak sauce, as our soap always says, but still the right thing. So
Dev Day says 3-0. If anybody's interested in an Arsenal fan going and interviewing Spurs fans about why they do use the Y word, go to the Gooners Pod on YouTube and you got the Gooners podcast. And Mike is pissed up going around the Spurs stadium pretending he's an American trying to pick a new team. And he asked them about the Y word, and not a single one of them has any decent fucking reason why they use. Personally, I don't care. But Mike cares. I care a little bit.
Single one of them was Jewish. Not a single one of them really could understand or explain why they use it. It's. I went to the belly of the beast specifically to troll, and I think it went pretty well. And I'm not likely to be welcome back there again.
Because I thought at any point, I swear, if I hadn't have already seen you after, you were going to get murdered.
Yeah, there was no one there that seemed capable of murder. I love Terrence's comment. I think it's next. Oh God. Yeah. That
one. Whenever I go out with Sexy Frank, he was round here the other night. Because Sexy Frank is 5'8". He's about 10 stone. Really good looking bloke. When we go out to theatre, we look like a gay couple, and I look like he's bare. And he plays on it.
Terrence, you should have seen us when I was up visiting him. We were crunched in together, sitting closely to get on the podcast together, and dining on grass pizza.
It was them bastards putting it all over my pizza. Isn't Frank good looking, Moog?
Very.
See, my mum would have him any day of the week. There's another name, Paul. Is that?
I'm seeing a ton of names in here that I don't recognize, which is incredible, and it leads me to think that we should tell them a little bit about something.
We will do before we go. Is that Invinciblog, Paul? I think that looks like Paul, and that surname does look a bit South African-ish. If that is you, Invinciblog, do say hello. I know your name's Paul. He says anyway, 2-1. Terence Tibbs 1-0 the Arsenal. It's a ridiculous question from Matt D'Souza. When is Andy back on the Gooners pod, Mike?
When he's done getting pedicures somehow magically having a pedicure every time we do a podcast.
So that made my mum laugh as well, which is lovely.
I'm charming AF.
Yes, indeed.
My primary demographic is 77 and older, so it does seem to fit.
You're part of the target demographic, dear.
Oh, dear.
Don't call me dear. Oh, it's mother. Don't call me mother. And I do a wonderful Irish accent. My mum always looks around and goes, "Oh, I'm back in the motherland," and then she realizes she's not.
By the way, Matthew, I've screenshotted this. I'm sending it to Andy, and this will make his month. But look, it's not us keeping him off. Trust me, we're not getting Andy off. No one
is indeed Invinciblog, who I'd like to get you on here one day again. Hope now that you've got better internet, is a magnificent blogger. Invincible blogger, indeed. Oh, Rudy's off. See you later, Rudy. This has gone on for this 25-minute show has gone on for 47 minutes. We haven't even got to the end yet. And Dev Day, who's just followed us on the Twitch, says Martinelli to score today. His form has been electric and deserves a goal for his efforts in January. You are 100% right. Divyun says, I heard, don't call me murder. What's the weather like in India, Divyun? If I could, that'd be one of the first places I'd go. If they come up with some miracle cure, I'll tell you what, I'm packing up and I'm leaving this country, and I'm going to come and spend 6 months in India. I watched travel videos about it, and it looks amazing.
Are you positive that he's from India, or are you just saying that?
Oh, I'm just being racist. Sky says, but a quick question before I go. We have not played for a while, and with the Chelsea game postponed, will we get a nice break after this game? We should really get into every minute with 100% dedication. And yes, Divyun is from fucking India. I know he is before he puts it in there. Yeah, good point there from Sky. Skygy spray. I'm sticking with Sky. It's a lot easier for me.
You should never really enter a game saying, well, we're not going to really get into every minute with 100% dedication. But that has been our problem, though. He's right. He or she, I should say. They are right about that because, that what we saw against Burnley, what we've seen in some situations is a team that just doesn't look up to the races. And in these 17 remaining games, there can be no excuse for that kind of performance anymore.
There is Stanley, Victor, not Collymore, will be on the post-game show with me today, which is very good. Mark says this preview show will be 2 hours after. We'll end 2 hours after kickoff.
By the time this preview show is over, I will have correctly predicted the score of the game. I can guarantee you that.
Sky is a he and from Norway. Did you know that I'm Norwegian? Did you? Sky, my mum paid for DNA, didn't you, dear?
Yes, dear.
And I'm 16.1% Norwegian. Mother, was the milkman Norwegian?
Not telling.
I'm part Egyptian as well, so yeah, my mother's much like her granddaughter.
You're with your mother, I'm with my son. Look at this guy, man. Look at this man right here. Going to uni in a few months, coming to London with me. So if you're at the Tollington before the Brighton game, is Brighton home? Yes. You will see this young man having cranberry juice. The one thing I haven't gotten him to do is share a beer with me yet. So I'm working.
Don't drink, young man, because remember the photos of your dad when he was your age, good looking, fit young man.
I keep telling him it's genetic, it's going to happen. He's like, no, it's not going to happen to me.
Oh dear. Divian says, come to India. I will. 40 degrees, fine by me. I love the hot weather. Phil's finally turned up. You should do a lock-in and stay live throughout the game. No, we can't do that. That's terrible.
You know, that would be revolutionary. No one's ever done like a what would we call it? Like a live watch along?
Yeah, we did.
I think now. I always think that I came up with all these ideas. I think I came up with the open mic show because we actually did one 2 or 3 years ago from our flat in Highbury. Me and my mate Rick, who used to edit the Gooner Ramble, the Gooner Ramble. And then now everyone's doing it. The live watch along. I don't remember anyone doing a live watch along. But Andy and I did a audio version of a live watch along for an Emirates Cup game like 5 years ago, and then we were like, "Well, this was dumb, this was not entertaining," and so we dropped it. And now everybody's doing live watch alongs. So when it comes to innovation, I'm fat.
At what point would you like me to tell you that ABW did one about 5 years ago and only did one?
I don't want you to tell me that because then that'll take away the charm. Yeah, it was July 2017 that we did it. So if you did it,
I think we did a 0-0 with Man City, and we said never doing that again. Trying to sync stuff. Oh, she's got a noisy shoe. Does that mean you're going soon? No. Okay. Right. Oh, they've got another new name there, Yanis. To be frank, watch-alongs only became mainstream because of COVID. That's very true. It did indeed. Right, what we're going to do now? If people, we've still got 50 odd people watching, which is amazing. We had 70 odd earlier. A little video of when I met Mike. Is everybody ready?
Sorry about that. Watch him recoil as I go in for the hug. Oh, he did not want that. Sorry about that. The train.
Oh, hi.
How you doing? I'm Mike.
Oh, I'm good.
There you go, people. And we both really are that fat. But we both worked. I've had nothing nice all year. Been on a diet all year. All 5.5 weeks of it. Right. I'm not closing the show yet, Mike. Don't panic. We will be back after the game. It'll be me and Stan the Man and possibly one other. I'm not sure yet. And if you're new, give it a subscribe. If you're not new, still subscribe, give it a thumbs up. Go to the Gooners Pod and give them a follow as well, or follow Magic Mike on the Twitter. And Mike, right, the next 2 minutes is going to be for Mike's thing that he's doing. Tell me when you want me to play the video, Mike.
I appreciate that. We are raising money for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, and I tell this, I really enjoyed seeing all the new names in the chat today. If you haven't heard about this, it's called Gooners v Cancer, Gooners versus Cancer. The website is goonersversuscancer.com, and normally during the summertime and the early part of the season, we have tons of different prizes that we're giving away. People are starting to get their signed shirts from Lee Dixon, from Alan Smith, from Kevin Campbell. It's a great thing. We raise a lot of money to fight cancer. But right now, there is probably what I consider to be the most amazing piece of Arsenal memorabilia ever. And 500 entries to win it. So go to goonersvcancer.com and check out this video to see what it's all about. And then we'll be back to finish off.
Okay, so stay there. We will be back after this. Is 1 and a bit minutes long, so don't run away.
by Dixon. Finds Smith. The toss. Charging through the midfield. Thomas. It's up for grabs now. Thomas. Right at the end.
Oh, sorry.
Don't caught us dancing.
That music always gets to me. So yeah, go to goonersvcancer.com. We're doing 500 entries. Each entry is a 20. All you have to do to enter is a $25, which is like 18 quid or something like that, donation to the Leukemia Lymphoma Society, and you're entered. You can get as many entries as you want. They're just $25 each. Right now, we're about 28% sold out of 500 entries, so there's probably about 360 or 70 left. Get in there, and we'll draw it as soon as we get to 500. And why not win that thing? It's amazing. Each one of those 4 players physically handled the shirt, wrote their part of the Brian Moore call, and then signed it, and then passed it on to the next person. And Alan Smith really set us up with this shirt. It was fantastic. He's pure class. So yeah, get in there. And thanks to and thank you, Mark, and to everyone else that's already donated. And thanks for your patience while we wait for the thing to fill up and draw it. So yeah, game's almost here.
If I win it, will you give it a wash before you post it to me? Because I don't want any of that writing on it.
I would refuse to do that, but yeah. Actually, I would keep the shirt, just send you the retro kit from the Arsenal shop,
Okay.
and tell you that I did it. We're going to be doing a post game as well on Lee Judge's TV. We're doing it about 45 minutes after the final whistle. So catch your favorite post game show. You're doing a post game show today, so catch a Bergkamp Wonderland with Danny and the man who completed Pornhub, as he told me, and enjoy that. And then when you're done with that, come on over and join us on screen at GoonerOpenMic.com.
Dev Day says, "Can you post the link in chat for the website, so they can probably just put it in chat,
Yeah,
and then
absolutely.
They can." So some people don't want to have to go.
Easy, but I'll put it in, it's just goonersvcancer.com.
Yeah, but then Dev Day can just click on it if they want to go and link it. Also, same old Arsenal are doing a post-game show. Is Amanda. I mean, I know it's the same time as we're doing ours, but we've been here for nearly a decade, and so we don't mind when people are watching other shows. They're all our friends. Amanda's doing it, and then you've got Sophie is doing it at the Highbury squad. I'm not sure. I'm not sure who she's got on with her tonight.
Yeah, it's her and Kev.
Yeah.
After the game, directly after the game.
And then also on Lee Judge's TV, go and watch Mike. He's doing it on there now rather than the Gooners pod. And I think
we'll be on both tonight. As a matter of fact, you can watch it on either channel, and it starts at 10:30.
Oh, lovely! And also Tom might be doing one an hour or so after the game because he's a busy man. And also Harry Seamu will be doing one. Also, definitely worth watching. So if you've got nothing else to do tonight, there's about 5 hours of content for what might end up being a terrible game or hopefully a magnificent game. Jolly good, right? As Mike put where's the link, Mike? Did you put where have you put the link?
In the chat.
I can't see it. Oh, maybe it's come up as it's.
Oh yeah, the regular links.
What is it? It's www.goonersvcancer.com. Right?
Yeah. Now I put it in with yeah. There we go.
Is that it?
Yep.
So people on YouTube, you should hopefully It's not even bringing it up on there when I put it in there. That's very. Oh no, it is. There you go. You can copy that and then go and click on it. Right, that half-hour show is. I told my mum, don't worry, I won't ignore you for too long. I've ignored her for an entire bloody hour. Right, we'll be back after about 5-10 minutes after the game. It'll be me and this man here, Stan the Man, and we will be chit-chatting about Arsenal 5, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. Mike, you beautiful bastard, thank you very much for joining me this afternoon.
Love you, Danny. Oh, I love you too.
Bye-bye.
I told you, Mike, I am not calling you daddy. Not again.
You will, and you will love it.
On those wise words, people, we will see you after the game. The camera's there, isn't it? I forgot again. Goodbye.
Bye.